All right, you guys, so by popular demand, you have asked to see all 4 of our Dahlia seed mixes side by side and have me walk you through the differences between each one. So I thought I would do that today. And just so you know, I had so much fun going out and picking all these. This is so beautiful. It's so cool to see them like this. So I'm glad that you asked. Okay, so let's go through. So we have 4 Dahlia seed mixes that we're going to be offering as part of our seed sale. We have the Can Girls mix. We have Bee's Choice, which we've had for a couple of years. We have Shooting Stars, and we have Petite Florets. And as you can see, they have similarities, but they are also different from each other. So I thought I would just take you through each one and kind of just explain the differences and then also just visually show you so that hopefully it'll help you make the decision to narrow it down, or probably what's going to happen is you're going to want to get all of them. Okay, so the first one is Can Girls. And this one we have a very limited supply of seed. So we do have some seed. I wanted to make it available, but this one is probably going to sell out pretty quickly. The rest of them we're really good on. But so Can Girls, as you can see, is a mix of all different kinds of anemones. So you will get the occasional single flower in there, or you can see we've got these singles. There are a few collarettes, but for the most part you're going to get a ton of anemone flowered blooms, and a lot of them you can see the kind of color palette. It's a lot of maroons and burgundies and deep reds. You have a little bit of yellow and some kind of mauvey pinky purple, but you can see that it's definitely in those darker colors. So that is what Can Girls is going to look like. The next one is Bee's Choice. So this is a mix that we have been making, and I would say of all 4 mixes, this is the one that's the most diverse. So this is a mix from all of the dahlias that we grow on the farm. So you'll get a little bit of what you get in Can Girls, a little Shooting Stars, a little Petite Florets, but it's that plus everything. So it's collected off of our breeding varieties, and it's also collected off of known varieties. So in this mix, the reason we call it Bee's Choice is because you can see almost all the flowers have these open centers. So there are lots of singles in there where it's just a single ring of petals. You'll also find beautiful collarettes where you've got the ring of petals and then another ring on the inside. You'll find really interesting streaked ones. You might find some cactusy guys. You'll find some that have like larger flowers with a couple of rings of petals and then a single center. So this one I would say has the most diversity in terms of forms, but it also has the most just plain singles. Like this is what I would call a single. So it's just a single ring of petals with that open center, and the bees go absolutely crazy because there's so much pollen present in this mix. Okay, so the next one is Shooting Stars, and I think of the 4 mixes, this is the one that gets the least attention, but this is where the treasure's at. So this mix is collected from only collarette varieties that are in our breeding program. And so a really large percentage of the mix, they are going to be collarettes. So a collarette dahlia is where you have the ring of outer petals, and then on the inside, I call these twizzles, but you have a shorter ring of petals, oops, that guy's falling apart, that encircle that single center. So you can see there, you've got little tiny twizzles, you've got long ribbon-like twizzles, you have some petals that are layered, you've got ones like this where you've got multiple layers of petals with little twizzles tucked in. But this is a whole rainbow of colors. So we've got reds, bicolors, stripes, we've got yellows, we've got mauve, pink, peach, kind of that champagne color, white. So this is really every color of the rainbow, and a very large percentage of the flowers in it are going to be collarettes. So if you're interested in working with collarette varieties, you want to do any kind of like discovery and breeding, this one has so much treasure in it. So I just want to give a shout out to Shooting Stars. And maybe I should have named it something else like Collarette Mix, but that one has a ton of treasure. Okay, and then I saved my very favorite for last. So this is the Petite Florets mix, and I would say of any dahlia mix that I've ever grown from seed, this one has the most what I would call keepers in it. It is insanely beautiful, and you can see I did not go pick the prettiest ones. I just picked a selection of what came out of the patch, and this is what I got. So what's unusual about this mix is that even where we've got the richer colors, like these really pretty kind of smoky raspberry blooms, nothing is a kind of a standard color. Everything has a really beautiful muted quality. So you have these smoky raspberries, you kind of have this beautiful kind of burnt orange. The purple, even the purple kind of has a smoky quality. You've got some here where you've got that pale peach and then that red center. There's actually quite a bit of red in here. We do have some of the fluorescent yellow, but see, still they're really pretty. So it is almost all collarettes and anemone shaped flowers. And you can see all of them. See how they all look like each other? So these were collected off of a variety that is part of our breeding program called Floret. And she makes the most beautiful kids. So this one is like a floral designer's dream. And also, if you're wanting to work on, breeding, or you want to discover new varieties, I would say this mix, in my opinion, has the most, well, I love this color palette, but there's kind of a lavender wash to all of them. Okay, so Petite Florets is collarettes and anemones in these really beautiful lavender washed flowers in this kind of smoky, muted pastel range. Shooting Stars, primarily collarettes in a full rainbow of colors, lots of different shapes and forms within the collarettes, but that's what you're looking at. Bee's Choice is like just this wild, fun, playful mix. You'll get big flowers, you'll get small flowers, you're going to get the widest variety of any of the mixes, and they're going to be loved by the pollinators. And then again, Can Can Girls is mostly anemone flowers. You will get some singles, but they come in that richer palette of purples and pinks. You'll get some yellow and definitely some red. So hopefully that helps you see the differences between the different dahlia seed mixes, and either helps you narrow what you want to get at the seed sale, or makes you want to get more of them, I guess. So our seed sale is going to be starting at 9 a.m. PST on Tuesday the 9th, and it'll run until the 19th. So we're doing it a little differently this year. We're going to do a pre-order, meaning you're going to pick out what you want, place your order, and then that will give us time to pack them, and then we won't ship out until February. So we're doing it a little different this year, but I think it has like a lot of potential. We're all really excited about it. So yeah, you have 4 beautiful dahlia seed mixes to choose from.